What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Judas Priest. Yes, indeed. Judas Priest fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bibbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Frank Canini, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 38% of the vote. It was close, but they did get the win, 38% of the vote. It was number 726 in the queue. It got bumped straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this song by Judas Priest called Judas Rising. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always the possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, wait a second, I've heard this song before, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Dima Nostradamus, okay? And the video has 240,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Judas Priest, Judas Rising, Remastered, Budokan, Tokyo, Japan, 2005. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
I love the flames in front of Rob's feet. The felt, the material being blown around by a fan with orange and yellow and red lights being shown on it. That's great. It's a great illusion. It is. As long as the cameras don't stay on it for too long, there are times if you do like a quick, pan across, you might actually believe those are flames. You might. Production's off the charts. I love him coming up through the smoke, arms outstretched like he's been crucified. I love that. I think it's a great visual, especially with those flames at his feet. The song. I'm going to make some predictions. Number one, this sounds... No, okay, number one, I feel like this is the beginning of the show. I feel like this is how the show started. What a great song to start the show with. Has everything you're looking for in a show opener. It has that swelling intro till it hits the apex and then the whole band kicks in. Love that. The feel of the song, not too fast, not too slow. It's just got a nice chugging, driving feel to it. A little bit of a relaxed feel too, if I'm being honest, but it still feels good. Nice chordal progression. Everything makes sense on the chordal progression side. Everything sounds conducive to itself. It sounds really nice. Vocally, it sounds really good. I'm going to make another prediction. I'm going to say, I don't know what album this song was on. It's none of the albums that I have. I'm going to say this is probably the first song on the album. I don't know if it is or not, but I can see the song not just being a show opener. I can see it being the first track on the album as well. A great way to kick off an album. There's more I want to talk about, but let's get back into the song for right now. And we'll come back to some of the other things, I promise. That double kick, man.
Enslaving you sinners.
Daddy.
You can't beg for mercy. Oh, no, will be saved. The burden of sin. There goes the prophecy.
We need harmonies here. We need harmonies.
Descending from hell, forever despising. Judas is rising.
Guitar solo. I have a feeling we got a guitar solo here. It wouldn't be a Judas Priest song without at least one guitar solo. The section that he just sang, it feels like, I can't tell if that's a pre-chorus or a chorus. I don't know how you would classify that. I think chorus. I think. It's screaming harmonies. Absolutely screaming harmonies. Unfortunately, we're not getting any. In a live Judas Priest setting, it's very hard to get harmonies. Like, they'll do harmonies on the album, and they're notorious for this. They'll do harmonies on the albums, but it's all Rob singing. So who's going to do the harmonies like Rob? Anybody? Glenn? Glenn can sing, but he can't sing like Rob. Not even close. Glenn does a good job of doing vocals when needed. So does KK. But they do more like gang vocal style. The only exception I know of is when they do Victim of Changes and Glenn comes in and doubles the vocals with Rob on the Takes Another Drink or Two. Things Get Better. I forgot how the lyrics go. Take another drink or two. I forgot the lyric. Anyway, this is why I don't do lyrics.
You suck!
Anyway, in any case, you know the line I'm talking about. But as far as doing harmonies, no, that's never been their style. One of my gripes about Judas Priest playing live is you don't get the harmonies that you hear on the album. But then again, it's also one of the strong points of, when you do go see Judas Priest live, you don't know what's going to happen vocally because Rob's going to cover one of the parts. Now, you don't know which part he's going to cover. he may cover the main melodic line. Then again, there have been a number of times in live situations where he sang the harmonic line instead. And you never know what you're going to get. And it's one of my biggest criticisms of Judas Priest Live, but at the same time, it's also one of the most appealing things of Judas Priest Live. It's one of those things that just, it's the best or worst of both worlds, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, that part needs harmonies. It really does. And I'll bet you anything on the studio recording, I'll bet you there are. And the reason I'm saying that is because the notes that he sang both times were different. There was some variances. So I think he was playing around with a combination of melodic line and harmonic line. So anyway, let's keep going here. Guitar solo time. Who's going to do the guitar solo? Is it going to be KK or is it going to be Glenn? Let's find out. My money's on Glenn. Nice pick. No, it's KK. All right. Oh, down goes Rob. Now it's Glenn. Back to KK. That must have been tracked. So they used track for that one harmony, but not through the rest of the song? That's a bummer. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there are no harmonies in that chorus section. Maybe I'm wrong. And they just added in for that last part. I don't know. I still feel like it needs harmonies, though. Harmonies would really help that section. But if they have track and they're utilizing track, but they didn't utilize them there, maybe there aren't. That's a bummer. Well. Anyway, interesting. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Judas Priest with Judas Rising. This was a request from Frank Canini, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 38% of the vote. It was close, but they got the win. It was number 726 in the queue. It got bumped straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, not really a whole lot to talk about that I didn't talk about during the reaction, so I don't think this is going to be a long review. Should be pretty short, but then again, you know me. And sometimes I'll go off on just an absolute diatribe, and the next thing you know, we're here for 20 minutes. So I don't know. I will do my best to keep it short, but if I feel the need to go on a rant, I'm going to go on a rant. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Let's start off with the rating, shall we? Out of a possible 5 stars, I'm going to give that 4 stars. Yep, 4 out of 5 stars. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Really nice song. Really nice song. I made some predictions. Number one, my first prediction, and I have a feeling I'm 100% right about this. I have a feeling this was the very start of the show. I had a feeling this was the show opener. A nice song to start the show with, a nice style of song. It has a nice pace, it has a nice feeling. It's not too fast and overly powerful that you get gassed out too early. But at the same time, it's enough to punch the crowd in the face and kind of wake them up and go, yeah, the show's getting started, pay attention. You know, it's that kind of a song. It has a nice feel, a nice groove. That double kick, just constant through the entire song from the drummer. I believe his name is Scott. It felt really nice. I liked it. I liked everything he was doing. Or is it Travis? Is it Scott Travis or Travis Scott? I don't remember. It's one of those two, I think. But his drumming, really nice. Very steady double kick. Guitars, thick, crunchy, turboed out. Not a reference to that god-awful abomination of an album, Turbo. I'm not talking about that. No, it's a distortion type. That typical Judas Priest turboed out distortion style. It feels really good here. Nice, thick, and crunchy. I dig everything about it. The guitar solos were nice. I think this is where Glenn started to notice the issues that he was having. He suffered. I think he suffers from Parkinson's. I know this was back in 2003, 2001, 2004, something like that. It said the date. I didn't catch the date fully, but this was like early 2000s. I don't think he actually got diagnosed until 2010 or 12 or something like that. I remember reading it on the news in the Loudwire news that he had been, you know, he came out and publicly said that he has, I believe it's Parkinson's. And I was like, actually, that makes sense. You know, seeing what I've been hearing from people. I didn't see it personally. I didn't hear it personally, but seeing people saying, yeah, you know, his guitar soloing isn't as crisp as it used to be. It wasn't as fluid as it used to be. It looks like he's struggling with his playing. And when he announced that, I was like, okay, so all the people were right, and they all that makes sense why all those people were saying those things. It makes me wonder for this song, did he start to know? Like, was he aware? And that's why KK got most of the soloing. I mean, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I did my reaction to Victim of Changes, I think might have been from the same show as this one, possibly. I don't know if that's true or not. But again, KK got like all of the soloing pretty much. And I'm like, I thought Glenn did most of the soloing on this song. And now it all makes sense now, you know? So that's a real shame, man. It's a terrible disease. It really is. It's right up there with cancer, man. It ruins lives. It absolutely does. And yet another disease that we really need to focus on curing, because we would improve the quality of life of so many people that are not, and I'm not talking about just the people who have it. I'm talking about their families too, who have to go through it with them, and help them and assist them. And you know, it's an absolute shame that we haven't discovered a cure for some of these diseases. You know, for the last 40, 50 years, there's still no cure. And it's like, come on, guys. Come on, pharma. Let's get with the times here, man. Let's make a push, you know? Let's really dedicate ourselves. That'd be nice. But then again, it's cheaper to, I mean, it's more profitable to treat it than it is to cure it. You know, repeat customers, you know, capitalism at its best. Anyway, let me get off this before I go on a full-blown tangent, and I just don't want to do that. Let's get back to the song. So the guitar playing felt really nice. Guitar solo is really nice. KK really did a nice guitar solo on this song. It felt good. Sounded very conducive to the style of the song. Cannot give enough credit to Ian Hill, man. That guy is one of my absolute heroes in the world of bass playing when it comes to, you know, hard rock, heavy metal. You could absolutely set your watch to everything he does. And again, he doesn't do anything flashy or fancy. He doesn't really do anything to draw attention to himself, but boy, he lays it down. He absolutely does. And I cannot give him enough credit. And I know he's one of those unsung heroes. So any chance I have to kind of shine the spotlight on him and give him some of the credit that he deserves, I'm going to do it. Rob Alford's vocals on this sounded really good. Sounded very strong, very clean. I'm not familiar with the studio version of the song, so I don't know how accurately he was singing. I will say in the, I believe it's the chorus, he was playing around a lot. Like his three chorus, I believe he did the chorus 3 times. And each time what he was singing, the melodic line he sang was different. So I don't know what he was doing. He was probably playing around between, mixing things between the melodic lines and the harmonic line, if there are harmonies. That part screams harmonies. I swear it does. There may very well be harmonies on the studio recording, but here's the thing. I don't know about that for sure, because, and here's my reason for saying that. If you look back at the history of Judas Priest playing live, they've never done harmonies in a live setting. Never. So, at least not in a dedicated fashion. Like I said, KK will jump on the mic, Glenn will jump on the mic for gang vocals, sure, no problem. But actual harmonizing? No, they don't do that. Now that brings up the usage of track. They've never used track in the past, but they used track on the last line, which makes me wonder if they have the track, if there are harmonies, why didn't they use them in the other ones? Maybe Rob didn't want the track usage so that he could play around vocally with the melodic lines and harmonic lines and mixing things up. If there are harmonies, then again, there may not be harmonies, or maybe that's just what he's saying was exactly how it sounds on the album. But I have a feeling that's not the case because, like I said, all 3 times it was a little different. And Rob is known in studio for being very concise with his vocal melodic lines and being and finding that roadmap and sticking to it. So what he sings on one chorus, he's going to sing on the next, he's going to sing on the next. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I would have to listen to the studio version and find out. But nonetheless, it's a great tune. It will definitely, get your heart going. It'll definitely kick things off. Is it the first track on the album? I don't know. It would make sense. It would absolutely make sense, especially if the name of the album is it'd be something that the name of the album is Rising, or Judas Rising or something like that. That would make perfect sense. I could see that being the title track. But in any case, I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe it is. I don't know. But in any case, I'm going to have to probably check out the studio version and see if any of my guesses are right. Watch. They're all going to be completely wrong. You watch. Just my luck. As far as the live show goes, watching Rob staring at the ground, I'm going to be honest with you, a little depressing. Compared to what we've seen from him, back in the 80s, constantly moving around the stage, looking into the crowd, pointing into the crowd, getting the crowd involved and doing stuff like that. Lots of crowd interaction from him in the past. And just seeing him standing there looking at the ground and singing to the ground, I'm going to be honest with you folks, a little depressing. It's not a lot of fun to watch. But everybody else on stage moving around, a lot of interaction with each other. It's a lot of fun to watch. So stage presence was there. Stage energy was there. Yes. Stage interaction was there. Yes. Crowd interaction, not so much. Didn't really see a whole lot of crowd interaction. Showmanship, yeah, it was there. Production, yeah. The elevator lift with all the cryo and the flames. Man, when the camera would stick on them, man, they look cheese. They absolutely look cheesy. But listen, at the same time, it's a liability issue, and I don't think Rob wants to be, set on fire. Although I will say the jacket I wanted to say this during the reaction, but I'm going to say it now. The jacket that Rob was wearing, it looks like he might have borrowed it from Till Lindemann from Rammstein. When Till goes out there during the song Rammstein and lights himself on fire, and he's actually burning the entire song. The jacket kind of looked like that. I'm like, oh, he's wearing the right apparel. Light him on fire. Let's see what happens. No, I just got kind of a kick out of that. It brought a smile to my face. It made me chuckle. So it was fun. It was all in good fun. But overall, between the song, the live performance, everything we saw, everything we heard, I really feel very good about that 4-star rating. I do. I think it's a really nice song. Has a lot of potential, and I think it was utilized properly as a show opener, which I'm like 99% sure that's the beginning of the show. Now the question is, first track on the album? I don't know. I don't know if that is or not. It would make sense. but I don't know. I'm sure you guys in the comments will tell me. Anyway, 4 out of 5 stars. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So, 4 out of 5 stars. Final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.